Let's wait few seconds. Where are the rest of the people? Anyway, so we are going to start this. Let me share my screen. So you guys already covered the side-to-side VPN. So today we are going to talk about the client-to-side VPN, and in this we are going to talk about the Global Protect. It's in Palo Alto that is known as a Global Protect, which is a client-side VPN. So you're sitting in the remote location. If they want to access any kind of internal network, so they have to go with the client-to-side VPN concept. All right. So give me one more minute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You able to hear me?
Hello,
Can you rejoin? I can hear you.
hello.
Yes, Ivanda, I can hear you. I
Oh,
can hear you.
okay, okay, sir. Because I couldn't hear you. That's fine. Yeah, thank you.
That's fine. It's okay. Great, great. Thank you. All right. So how is your lab, Ivanda? Is everything good for the user ID?
Yeah, the lab is good, but I didn't proceed. But everything from where we started, I tested pinking devices,
Mm-hmm.
connecting. Yeah, everything is fine. As I can think, all the devices fine.
Okay, great, great. All right,
Yeah.
good news. Okay, so let me explain, right? When we talk the global protect, because we understand the VPN concept, that is a side-to-side VPN. In this side-to-side VPN, we have the two branch locations, and these two branch location have to make the VPN tunnel that is known as a side-to-side VPN. So multiple sites are going to be connected to each other via side-to-side VPN. Also, you can configure hub and spoke VPN, where is one side is going to be hub, another side is going to be spoke. So that's also part of side-to-side VPN only, but that classification is going to be hub and spoke. Now we have another things that is known as the client-to-side VPN. What is the client-to-side VPN? Which is also known as the remote access VPN. Okay. So if I'm talking about the remote access VPN or client-to-side VPN, the meaning is same. In this case, your laptop, your PC is going to create a tunnel. From your PC, you're going to create a tunnel. Let me draw the tunnel. So from this device, you are going to create a tunnel to the Palo Alto Firewall. This is basically known as the client-to-side VPN, okay, or remote access VPN. So directly from the PC, you have to build a tunnel. And to build this tunnel, we have to install one of the agent or software. Agent is equal to software, and that is the your global protect software, right? So we have to install the global protect in the particular machine, and from that machine, we have to build a tunnel from the PC to the Palo Alto firewall. Now, again, by sitting in the remote location means if you're working from the anywhere, working from home, anywhere is going to be considered your home as well. Home, hotel, travel, airport, hill stations, could be anything. You just need an internet access, and from that internet access, you have the reachability to your Palo Alto public IP address. So whatever the public IP address, which is going to act as your gateway or portal. I'll explain what is a gateway and what is a portal. So your device must be reached from means your client device. It could be the laptop, desktop, it could be anything, tablet. So they're going to create the tunnel from the PC to the firewall. But before getting a tunnel, again, the fundamental concept is a underlay connectivity. So you need to build the underlay connectivity, and from there you have to build a tunnel. So we have to build underlay connectivity from the PC to the firewalls, and then firewall is going to allow your network access to just access the any kind of services. All right. So this is the global product, and that can be authenticated from the local database. Means if you just want to connect with the Palo Alto firewall for any authentications, so we can use the local database authentication. We can use the SAML authentication. We can use the LDAP authentication. We can use the Corvus authentication. So if I want to use the certificate-based authentication, that is also possible, right? So how we are going to create this tunnel, right? So to create this tunnel, the very first thing, guys, we have to configure some set of the configuration of the Palo Alto firewall. So very first thing, I'll go in this window PC, okay, and this is the window PC. You can just put the host name as a laptop instead of the server. I just added laptop. This is a client, GP client, global product client. And this PC have some set of the IP address. So you go here and check the IP address. So I'll go here and just check the IP address. And the IP address should be 203.11.11.2/24, and gateway should be 203.11.11.1, which is going to be configured on the Palo Alto Firewall side. So I'll go in the adapter setting. After going in adapter setting, I'll go in this particular Ethernet port. And on this particular port, you're going to find this as my IP address 203.11.11.2. And this is my subnet mask. This is my gateway. Very good. But this is just a PC configuration. So you can just always going to verify the IP address from the CMD command as well if you want to do that. So go in here and run command IP config. You are going to get this IP. Now, if we try to ping, the gateway is not going to pingable now because firewall is not configured, but we have to make sure we have the underlying reachability. So right now it's not pingable. This is a normal Cisco switch. I'm just using as an internet. So you don't have to do any configuration on this switch. Leave it as a blank configuration and every port is going to be part of the VLAN 1. So they are going to be stay in the same broadcast domain. Just I'm representing to just, simulate the how user is connecting instead of connecting a direct cable to the PC to the firewall. Now, strum to the time to the firewall, go in the firewall. We can use the username. You can use the password. And then I'm going to be inside of the Palo Alto firewall. And I will just use the show system info. What is IP address? 214. So I will simply connect with this particular IP. I'll go here HTTPS 192.168.1.241. This is the IP address, yes. So I will log in it and I will go and configure some short of the interfaces on the Palo Alto firewall. So I will go here and configure that. Okay. Still invalid username and password. I'll configure it. Let's wait for a while. So I'll go remind me later. Later, go for the network. And after going in network, I'll need to configure this interface. This is going to be untrust zone. And this interface is going to be trust zone. So I will go and configure the untrust and trust zone interface and then I'll assign the IP address. Okay, so I'll go in the one by one. And here is my layer 3 interface. I'll go and define that IP address is going to be my security zone. And this is going to be untrust. I'll give OK. And I'll give this IP as a 203.11.11.1. So 203.11.11.1/24. And I'll give the management profile as well so I can ping the interface. So I'll give that MGMT profile. You guys know why we're using the MGMT profile. And I'll just click OK and OK. This is done. Then I'll go on the interface. That is my LAN interface 1/2. So I will go there and I'll assign the IP address. This is my interface and I'll give my zone name is going to be trust. Okay, and click OK. And IPv4 is going to be 172.16.10.1/24. Okay, advance, go and manage profile, click OK. And then I'll simply commit at this point. No other further configuration. I'll simply commit. Okay, I will commit this. Let's wait. Meanwhile, commit is happening. What I can do, I can go and assign the IP address of this particular client PC as well. So already I assigned the IP address. The password is 123. And you guys can just make sure firewall is disabled on this particular PC. So go in this window PC and check that firewall disabled or not. And this is the all firewall module is disabled. As we know that every time you have to disable firewall, because if you're not going to disable, ICMP is going to block. All right, this is the firewall thing. Now let's verify the IP address on this particular PC. So I given the IP address 172.16.10.10 and the gateway is 10.1. See. So now if I go in the CMD and try to check my commit is done. So I will try to check the IP config. And from here, I will able to ping the my gateway. Basic reachability, gateway is reachable, and also from the this PC, this remote access VPN laptop. Let me open this laptop. If I try to ping the my WAN interface public IP address, it is reachable. So this is the basic reachability we build from the firewall point of view. Now, how we are going to build the global product, that we have to understand step by step. Means we have to do the configuration for the Palo Alto Firewall global product step by step. How we are going to build this tunnel. So very first thing, whenever you're going to be enable the global product, we have some set of the configuration. Like you have to configure the portal configuration. Second, we have the gateway configuration. Now, they are the mandatory step. But before you're doing the gateway and portal configuration, we have to allow users for the identification via zone. Likewise, similar we have done in the user ID. That is one thing. Now we have to create the username and password, local database, or might be the SAML, or might be the LDAP. Whatever you want to do that, you have to create that. After that, you have to create the TLS version, certificate. So a lot of prior things we have to do that before going to the portal and gateway configuration. So global protect configuration is going to be happen by the portal and gateway. And I'll explain what is the portal, what is the gateway. So see, in the network, you have the portal and gateway configuration. Before doing the portal and gateway configuration, from the zone where the traffic we are going to expect, that is going to land to the firewall, that zone must capable to identify the users, because users are going to be come from the remote end and they are going to be authenticate either via the local database, SAML, LDAP, Kerberos, whatever you have the method. So you make sure whatever the zone we have for the my WAN ISP point of view, that zone have the user identification should be enabled. And if you have any explicit define subnet which need to be allowed, you also can include. So this is the very first thing. All right, that is untrust. Now we have to get a certificate. Why certificate? Because whenever SSL VPN is going to be created from the client PC to the Palo Alto, they will negotiate certificates with authentication. So certificate with authentication. So there is two method. I can use the self-signed certificate on the Palo Alto Firewall. I can purchase from the any third-party vendor, similar to SL decryptions. So if I'm going to purchase from the SL means third-party firewall, I can import those certificate in the my Palo Alto Firewall, or I can generate my self-signed certificate. So I will generate my self-signed certificate from here, and I will make as a root CA. So if any authentication is going to happen from client way, portal will going to push this certificate to the all client who is going to be access this particular certificate. So I'll generate and I put as the GT lab GP certificate. Okay, I'm giving the random name, and I'll give the common name is going to be your WAN interface IP address, where the traffic is going to be 203.11.11.1. This certificate authority, you can give the location, country, I can give the IN. I can give the email as a, this is the info@goinet.com. Right, I can give the state, state, higher Delhi. I generate the certificate. Once you generate a certificate, make sure click on the certificate and make it a trusted root CA. So anybody is going to get this certificate and coming for authentication, your firewall is going to be authenticate that. So this is the trusted root CA certificate. What next? Next, if any authentication is going to happen, then the browser TLS version is also going to be verified, which version I want to allow. So generally we allow all the version 1.2, 1.1, 1.3, 1.1. So generally this firewall is going to support up to version 1.2, but latest 11.6 firewalls start supporting 1.3. So we have to create the TLS version profile, and this is the profile here. I can create here GP SSL TLS profile, right? So I can give it name and I'll give the certificate for which I want to check, that is this GP certificate. And minimum version I want to give that 1.0, maximum 1.2, so I can use the max version here. So this certificate profile is also created. Now after that we have to create the users, because we are going to do the authentication. So we don't have the Radius server, TechX server, LDAP server as of now. So we are going to use the local database based authentication. If you have the LDAP server integrated in this particular Palo Alto Firewall, then you can use that. But we don't have, so I don't want to integrate. Already we have done in the previous lab. So I'm going to create the users like, I can create the user like Anuj. You guys are going to like feel like real user is connected. It's not like dummy user is connected. So I can create the users like Ivanda, right? So this is my Ivanda, that is going to be my Rohit. Okay, I create the 4 user just for the testing. You can create n number of user, whatever you want that. I get for the Sachin. Okay, this has been also created, and now I can create the group, and I create that Gwinnett GP lab users, and I call them all user in this group. So still we are doing some admin job before creating the my global protect. So this is where the user is created. Now we have to create, after user we have to create what is my authentication profile, means how my GP is going to be authenticated. So in this authentication profile we have to call this user details and the TLS version and all. So I'll go here and create that. I'll give that the auth profile. And in this auth profile, I want to use that. That is my local database based auth profile. And here I will allow the list. I'll allow the group, which I created right away. So I'll allow this group user are going to be authenticated. Okay, so this is your local database creation. Now, after that, we have to go and create one of the interface, because see, this laptop is going to build a tunnel between the laptop GP software to the Palo Alto Firewall. Again, I'm saying that this laptop is going to build one of the tunnel from this laptop to the Palo Alto Firewall. So in this case, we require the VTI tunnel interface, means virtual tunnel interface. VTI is a virtual tunnel interface. We have to get one of tunnel interface on the Palo Alto Firewall just for the global protect. So you will see later how this tunnel is going to be converted in the GP tunnel. So I'm going here and going in the tunnel, and I'm giving that this name as a 101 tunnel. The router is going to be default. There is no IP address. I'm not going to assign any IP address. Untrust, nothing I'm going to assign. Click that. See, this showing no feature as of now. This tunnel, no feature, but later you'll see that this is going to be, so for the global protect feature is going to be connected. Okay, this tunnel is created and we'll use this tunnel later on. Now, our pre-work is done. We done the zone user identification, we create certificate, we create the TLS version, authentication profile, local database, and the tunnel. Then after you have to go and configure the portal configuration and gateway configuration. So now what is the GP portal and what is the GP gateway? We have to understand. So GP portal is the management server, means for the clients. Let's suppose this client want to communicate with a firewall. So initially when they will negotiate, they will connect to the portal, and portal will give all the information and resources to the client to make connections further to the gateway. Okay. So if you click it here, you'll see that click on the I button and you want to read about that. What is the portal? So see here. The portal provides the management function for the global protect infrastructure. Okay, that is one thing. Every endpoint that participate in the global protect network receive its a configuration from the portal. Means whatever the required configuration to build the global protect tunnel, like authentication profile, certificate, gateway informations. That is the including the information about the app level gateway, client certificate, and necessary apps to connect to the gateway. Means what all subnet they need to connect. So you can see this clear written. In addition, a portal control the behavior and distribution of the global protect app software, Mac OS, and the means whatever the software I want to distribute for the Mac, Window, means GP software, that is also handled by the portal only. I will show you how it is going to be handled. There is a portal. Once you connect the portal, then we have the gateway. Gateway is basically nothing. Gateway is basically it's a VPN is going to connect to the gateway, and after that gateway, it will redirect to your means all original subnet which you want to access based on the policy. So that is your gateway. Gateway is the actual firewall where you want to land, and after landing on the firewall, you will access your resources if policy is allowed. That is a gateway. Okay, so if you just go in the Google as well and access search what is the global protect portal and gateway. So you can see here configuration, distribution, and client management, network connectivity, and traffic enforcement. The VPN tunnel that is going to be established based on your all policy and all client authentication, first gateway download and setting, software update, and everything. So it's a management. Now, so I need to configure this portal configuration. How we can configure the portal configuration? Let's see that. So I will go here, add, and put this is the GP portal. In this GP portal, I will enable the interface on which I want to configure the portal. So this is my WAN interface. This is going to be 1 by 1. So I'll click 1 by 1 simply. And I'll check the what is IP v4 address and what is IP address. It is going to take this is my IP address. So this is the very first thing, right? Whenever you create that, then you have to give that what is the IP address and all. Clear? So after this, we have to go for the new things. New thing is like what is my authentication profile? Leave it everything default. Don't need to do anything. So going the authentication profile, in this we create the authentication profile. In this we match the SSL TLS profile and also include the user detail also, which user need to be authenticated. So that is the also one set of the information we have to give it here. Authentication profile, leave it everything. Sorry. So this is something we have to configure here. Now, after this, we have the like client authentication. I'll go here and add the client authentication, means what all client I need to authenticate. So what is the profile? So client auth profile is going to be there. And this client auth profile for the any OS and authentication profile already created, that is my auth profile. In this auth profile, we already configure what is my database and all also included. So I'll just click OK, and this is done. So authentication is basically it's a TLS version and your user client which is going to be authenticated. Now the third important, the agent. When the agent is going to connect, agent is your GP software. What certificate they will get? So this is my certificate, and I need to check this certificate need to be installed when this is going to connect to my client. So I'll click on OK, and then after I will add the more information. This is going to be something which is important for the authentication from the endpoint point of view. Means endpoint if it's coming to access the GP, so what all authentication system they're going to use. So I'll put the client auth here as well. And I will leave it any machine is going to come, any user is going to come. But the most important, I will define the gateway. What is my gateway where I need to land after the authentications? So I can give the gateway detail. That is my gateway is this interface only, from where portal and gateway is the same interface. I can use a different interface also for the portal and gateway, but now I'm using the same interface for the portal and gateway. So I can give that like external gateway W. I can use that, and I can use IP address that is going to be 203.11.11.1. And now we have the source region. Let's suppose why source region is important. Let's suppose we have the multiple firewall. Let's suppose I have one data center in India, one data center in the US. So if US client is coming, if US client want to access my internal resource, so they will land to the my US gateway. India client is coming, then they should land in the India gateway. So if I have the multiple gateway, I can give the preference. Let's suppose I find the India. So India, I'll give that highest. For India and the United States, I'll give that. I can give the high. So if I'm in the India, I always going to prefer my all user going to get preferred as a India is the first preference. India firewall. And if India firewall is not available for any region, then they are going to the US. In case of the you have the multi-region setup. But for time being, I'm give the any, and this is going to be highest for the my gateway. If I have the only one firewall, then anyone is coming, I'll give the highest, like going to be preference. No other configuration I needed. If you want to set up the M2 and all for your GP, you can do changes from here. Sometime it's not needed, but if you want to negotiate lower than 1400, you can just change from here. But I don't need. I can click OK, and I can click OK. No other configuration needed. So click OK and click OK. So your portal is done. You can see in the portal we have the external gateway, and we configure the gateway information as well. What is the gateway information? We give the IP and all. Let me just quickly check that I added the IP or not. Yeah, we added the IP address. Okay, that's correct IP address. Very good. Now the next step, we have to configure the gateway. Almost similar configuration after the portal. They should land in the gateway. And gateway also going to be like I need to configure the external gateway. External gateway and interface again going to be same. IP address is going to be this one. And authentication profile, I'll going to call the same auth profile. I'll go the client authentication. I'll put with the client auth. Similar configuration. Authentication profile, I'll call it here, right? And I'll click OK. So these two things almost same. What we configured previous. Only certificate is not required. Now we go for the agent. Now in this agent mode, we have to go and define what is my agent mode. And in this agent mode, I'll just tell how my agent is going to be communicate. So they will going to communicate once they connect to the gateway, they will build the tunnel. And what tunnel, on which tunnel they're going to make the connectivity? That is going to be my tunnel 1.0. So this is tunnel 1.0 we created in the initial stage. And client setting which all client I want to allow. So GP client config, any source, any user, any region. If you want to restrict that, only the client which is coming from the India region, they can connect. So you can restrict the region from here. You can give the India region, you can give the Singapore region, right? Those only clients are going to connect. But you leave it none, then any region is going to, any client is going to connect. Any IP white you want to whitelist, you can do from here. This is not needed. Now, here is the game. IP and pool. What is IP and pool? So what happened when the client is going to build a tunnel? So they require one of the subnet, private range subnet. Generally we use not public range, but you can use a public range if you have the free IP address, but not recommended. So means this PC is going to build a tunnel and they will get the private range IP address to build the tunnel from this PC to this firewall. So you have to give that IP pool information here. So I'll give that 11, let me use a 10.10.10.100. I can give the range at 10.10.10.200. So 100 IP is there. From there, 100 client is going to build the IPsec tunnel, SSL tunnel from this PC to the Palo Alto Firewall. And there is a split tunnel feature. What is a split tunnel feature? A split tunnel feature is basically, let's suppose this client have this internet connectivity. Okay. So client, if I use the split tunnel, listen carefully. A split tunnel. So split tunnel feature give that if this user want to go on the internet, he can go directly on the internet. He will never go to the firewall. But he want to access the internal network, then he would go to Palo Alto Firewall, then he will access the internal network. That is a split tunnel. If you don't want to use the split tunnel, then what is going to happen? Your all traffic will go to the firewall, and if they go to the internal, go here. If you want to go internet, it will go here. So firewall have the unnecessary traffic processing. So if you're working from home, why you send all the traffic to the firewall? So the better for function only for internal network traffic will come here, external network directly go there. That is a split tunnel. So we have to configure which interface, which all subnet I want to allow to access by the firewall. Rest is going to be from your direct internet. So if you make no direct access to the local network, then split tunnel is not going to work. Means every traffic is going to redirect to the Palo Alto firewall. But if you leave it blank and put the subnet, which you want to access that from the Palo Alto. So for this subnet 172, your traffic is going to come here. Local is going directly on the internet. So I'll click this. I'll click OK and OK and done. So you're done with your gateway configurations as well. Now, next step, we have to create the policy. So your traffic is going to come from the untrust to trust, right? So we have to create the policy. I need to go here and create the policy. I'll go here and I'll just create the GP policy and I'll add the source untrust, any source, but destination is going to be my trust. And under this destination, you can just put that what subnet you want to allow /24 any and click OK. And now I'll just keep I commit the changes. And the tunnel interface, now you see that earlier we created that was nothing was there, but feature you can see this feature is showing as the global protect gateway. Now it's become because we configure earlier there was no sign for the global protect and all, but now we have the global protect gateway. So let's wait for some time. Okay, so commit is done, and you can see this is like your access for the global protect. Now we're done with the configuration, split tunnel, portal gateway, some pre-configuration like authentication profile, zone-based identification, SSL certificate, everything we done. Now what we require, we go in the my server, and after going in server, we have to access the portal. The very first thing you have to access the portal and we have to download another software. That is a global protect software. We just go here and try to search global protect. So you're going to get this kind of software. Welcome to Global Protect. So this software you have to download from the firewall. So how you can download? You just log in from the laptop, go in the browser and access your portal with any username and password which you created as a local database. Or if you have the LDAP, you can use the LDAP as well. So make sure you have the accessibility of the portal. So just go and access the portal. This is my portal. I can access this. Next, unzip. So this browser is not supporting, use a different browser. This browser some have issues, so I'll use the Chrome browser. Let's wait for a while. Okay, so give me 1 second. So I'll go here and just HTTPS 203. Yeah, I'll try to access that. So this is accessible, accept risk, and click OK. Now you have the portal. I can use any username and password like Anuj. I can use that. Okay. I can give the password. So you just log in this Anuj, and now you can see here is software you can download from here. So if you have the Mac, you can download this one. If you have the Windows 32-bit, you download this one. If you have the Windows 64-bit, you can download from here. But in this firewall, our global protect license has been expired. So if I download from here, it will not allow download. So if you click in here, you're going to get an error. See, but if you have the license, you can easily download it. So what I have done, I already downloaded this software, already downloaded from the internet. And this is my software already downloaded. And after downloaded, you just have to install in the PC. So double click, or already I installed also, but you just double click run this software. So it is going to be installed automatically. So it's showing that repair global protect. No, I don't want to do that. I'll cancel it. We already have the software. You can just see this software is already in my PC. Okay. So I'll go here and search the global protect. This is my app. Now see, this is the global protect. It is trying to access, and see the gateway and the server certificate is invalid. So probably they have the cache certificate. So I will just, what I'll do, I'll just go here and I will just disable it first. And then I enable again, and see it is asking the certificate. So it will get the automatic certificate from the portal. So I will install this certificate again because it's a new certificate. Earlier certificate was changed. And I will go in the local machine. I'll go install it. And I'll put this certificate in the my trusted root CE authority. So it can be authenticate. I'll do that. And it's it. And OK. So this is done. And cancel and try to connect more time. See, so this has been Anuj. Any question? Okay, so you can see now we have the credential information. So I can put any credential, like I can now log in with the Rohit. Anuj, you have any question?
Actually, I only understand 50%. Like it was little fast, but I need to check, after the videos to for slow versions. So this is for the first time, so I get
So
stuck.
you should just tell me if not understand any place, so I can repeat that. But I told you last class, if you're not able to understand any place, just stop me. I can explain. This is my normal
Because
page.
there are so many configurations, I got mixed up. What things are required, what are not, and I
Okay.
only have 50%. So
Okay, no worry. You will just go with the video and let me know. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll give the Rohit username. I'll give the password. And then I'll just sign in this particular portal. Means the Global Protect software. So it will try to connect and see now my Global Protect is connected. So it's a pure real live client, means sitting client on the remote location, and then now able to connect to my Palo Alto Firewall. You can see if you go and check the logs as well. This is a Global Protect. You can see here, and go in the monitor. You will find that Global Protect. You will see that this Rohit is connected. Okay, this Rohit is latest gateway. Right now it's connected. And this authentication method is the local database. Previous in morning class, there was a Siva is connected. And this Siva right now again connected, but it's gate failure. Anuj login the portal. Anuj login the portal. So it's the portal login is fine. But Siva try because it was the saved credential. So it's gate fail. Why? Because the certificate was not matched. So invalid username and password or portal authentication not happen. But after that, we change the Rohit and Rohit get connected. So now if Rohit is connected with the global protect, so you can just verify what is the tunnel IP address. So there is a new IP is going to be assigned to the your interface. If I go IP config, you will see this is the IP address that has been assigned to the my PC. And who created this virtual adapter? This is a virtual adapter. Virtual network adapter has been created by the global protect. So you can just check from here. If you go here, properties, right? and just change the adapter settings. This is a virtual adapter, pan GP virtual adapter. So whenever going to be create the client for the tunnel from the GP side, this GP is going to automatically install one of the virtual adapter, and this virtual adapter will get the IP address which I'm showing right now. So we go in the status, this is the IP address 10.10.10, and this IP address is defined in the Palo Alto in this section. In the portal configuration, let me go here and I will find in the gateway configuration. Hold on. So authentication agent, client IP and pool. So we define from here, it's not visible. So let me show you. We always go and define in this section, client IP and pool. So first we have to do the rest of the configuration, then it's going to be visible and we have to define that. So IP pool is basically the range of the subnet from the client is going to create a tunnel. So you can see here is the range IP pool we created. That's why this client is making connectivity from there. Now, I'm sitting in the remote location. I want to take the RDP of this PC. I can take that. It's just go here and even first try to ping. So this is my remote PC and try to ping my local subnet 16.10.10. It's reachable. And if it is reachable, I can just go and take the RDP and just connect the RDP. Password is 123. 123. Click OK. So by sitting in the remote location, you have the RDP and you can just connect the RDP session with your local PC. So now I'm here. I connected to my RDP to this particular, and you can verify the logs as well. Let me show the logs. If we go in my session browser, see this traffic is coming for tunnel and going to the my egress. This proof that your traffic is not coming from this interface Ethernet one. It's coming via tunnel, and that tunnel is your GP tunnel and going to this interface. This is the proof, right? GP policy hit that and using the port 3389, your traffic is coming from the your tunnel interface and going to your physical interface. If it is coming from this ingress interface is going to be Ethernet 1 by 1, that means you're not using the tunnel. Your traffic directly coming from the PC to the this data center, but it's not like that. The tunnel is coming via the tunnel. We get tunnel interface created. That's why you can see ingress interface, tunnel interface, and that is going there. So this is proof that information. You can just check from here as well. Traffic, and you will see this traffic. See, this is a traffic Rohit user. Rohit is connected. That's the RDP ping, and you can see also MSRDP, and they hitting that GP policy. This also, and this GP Global Protect also you have the logs. So it's everything proof that our Global Protect is 100% working, and this all are good. Okay, so we are in the RDP and we can do anything by sitting in the LAM location. If I minimize the RDP, I'll go into my user PC. If I want to do anything, just go here, click that, I'll do that as well. Okay, so now it's a question time, guys. Any questions who not understand any sections?
Question, but no question, but I can say suggestion. Where can I find this video? Because I'm looking on my profile. Do you upload that letter? Or
It will
yes.
it will upload by tomorrow.
Okay, because what I'm saying this, very nice instruction, very good, and the process is simple, but because you have many experience with firewall and everything in your head, if someone new doing that,
You have a lab guide for this. You just check your let me say that. You check your let me attach your lab guide, okay? If I can do that. My PC cannot attach. Okay, so just check your Gmail folder. You must going to get one of the lab guide for this one. Okay, Vanda.
Okay, the folder that you shared it to me last time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, just check it. And
Okay.
I know that I explain because I have the experience, so I explain in very sequence manner for each and everything step by step. But for you guys, you just have to do step by step all configuration. Means first you have to enable the zone, then go and create the certificate, then the user, then authentication profile, then SSL inspections, means the TLS version. Then you have to go and create a tunnels 5 step before doing the global protect
Mm.
gateway and portal informations. Okay. So those
Good.
steps you have to do that prior that. And before that, you have to make sure we have the IP reachability end to end, which I started from the class. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
Sachin here.
Hi, Sachin.
Sir, one quick question. If there is any chance of error and so the client is not able to connect after the ID and password credentials and all,
Mhm.
so on which section we can go and check for the logs or anything regarding this?
Okay. So most of the time, if client is not connecting, you are going to get error here itself, right? If client is not connected, means first try to access the portal is accessible or not. Portal. So if you have the portal information, portal is accessible, you're able to log in the portal. That means 50-60% your config is fine. Now, if client is not registering, right? Then verify the gateway configurations. What is my gateway? Portal and gateway cannot be always same. It might be same, but might be different as well. Portal might be you configure in the different firewall, but gateway from the different firewall. So try to ping the gateway. We have the reachability or not. Try to verify the gateway reachability. If gateway is fine, you're able to reach that and still not able to connect that, then the second step is going to be policy. Verify the policy. Policy is good or not. Everything is allowed or not. Like in the policy, you can add the user also. Right now, it's policy with any, but if I want to integrate my user also, like source user. So you check if most of the deployment you're going to find the source user. And if your name is not in this user group, then what is going to happen? You're not able to log in. So verify carefully policy as well. It's also very important. If policy is good, everything is fine, and still you are getting something error like certificate, then you must make sure your certificate is installed in this client or not. It will automatically install in the latest window machine and all. So if certificate is there, your reachability is there, your policy is good, I don't think there is another issue is going to be there. Only 4-5 section we have to do the troubleshooting. Routing, that is reachability. The security policy, username, password correct should be there, right? And then certificate. If these all are going to be happen, you can 100% going to be connect your gateway and portal and access the GPA.
Understood.
Okay.
So one more thing regarding the split tunnel option. When we enable it, so users will be able to access internet from without getting through the firewall. That's what I understand.
Right, you understand rightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they access internet and when they browse any websites which are not restricted by Palo Alto, and after that when they come into the network, so at that point, if Palo Alto is having that option to scan the tunnel if any attack or any mm, kind of file which should not enter the network.
See, so if you're downloading any file, right? File from the internet directly. So file is going to store in the laptop, right? Clear?
Yes.
This will never go into the firewall. Now, if you're just trying to upload this file to this server, take an example. So definitely the policy is going to enforce here. Okay. And this policy is going to make sure, let's suppose you deny should not upload file from this zone to the server, from the global protect to the server PDF file. So if you downloaded the file from the PDF from the internet, but you're trying to upload, then it is going to enforce by the Palo Alto firewall, it is going to block. So anything you downloading a laptop, firewall is not going to worry about that. But from the laptop you're trying to inject in network, then it is going to be scanned and it's going to take an action. Okay, Sachin, this is what you are looking for.
Yeah, understood. So that can be done through applying from the policy side, and it should be from the trust to the
Untrust to trust.
untrust to trust. Okay.
Not because you're coming from the outside to inside. So
Right to
untrust to
inside.
trust.
Understood. So, other than this, means I want to talk about the decryption, SSL decryption thing. I want to understand that because I went through videos, but in that video, I saw that there is only configuration part. So I wanted to know if
No,
we
no,
have
no. There is a theory part also. There is theory part. Also, we discuss what is SL decryptions. I'll discuss about SL handshake as well. What is
okay,
inbound decryption? What is why you use a decryption? It's not like I explained that background as well. I clearly
sure,
discuss what is the SL decryption, why you use SL decryption. So just go through again the
yeah.
complete content ID. Probably you missed somewhere and watch that. You must going to get that. It's not like I just go and configure only.
No, I understood, but I came till the last part where we had 15 minutes and you configured the SSL decryption. But after that, I didn't found the video. So, but yes, I will go through it again.
Just go
This
with before one, okay? Just go with before.
okay.
Might be the previous session I covered the SL decryption theory.
Okay, okay.
When I configure the content ID prior this configuration class in that I because I'm sure I cover it, okay?
No
And
problem.
I explain this decryption, what is decryption. Next class I just did the configuration part only.
Understood.
Okay.
Just a quick question. On your dashboard, how many video do you have on the dashboard? Because me, I have only 21. And
So this is only going to be 21. If you have a 21, you're only going to get 21 only. So you can just learn.winet.com. So I don't have access this portal. Follow to English. Follow to English. June batch. Which one is this? I'm not sure. Might be this one. Let me see that. So either this one.
The
I
one
don't
with
know.
videos.
This one?
No, this has 25. The one with
uh,
21 videos.
yeah, me too. I have 21. That's why I
23.
asked.
This is 23, right? So you getting the same interface or you have a different interface? Because June we have a two batch. Let me
Yeah.
see.
This is morning batch. There is one more of evening. Yeah, the first one, 21 videos.
Okay, this one, right?
Yes,
No,
that's the one. This one,
this is the
yes.
one we have.
Yeah, so this is only, so you're going to get the video only here. So also, I believe we not cover the this chapter. We need to cover
Tap
that.
interface, layer 2, layer 3 tap interface. That one?
No, no, no. We cover that one. Already cover that
Uh,
one. This we not cover. This one, not this one. Not talking the FortiGate. Let me check that. User ID is still not covered. I missed that. Okay, so I'll cover that user ID. Right? In morning batch I covered. Evening batch I forgot to cover that. So I'll cover this tomorrow. User ID. And this already we covered. Tap mode. This all we covered. Tap mode VWire. You probably find in this. See, Palo Alto zone, packet flow, interval and routing. Ethernet, layer 2 interface deployment, zone-based lab testing. I should cover it. Follow auto tap mode. I will check.
yeah,
If not, I will cover it. Okay. Have you
yeah.
gone through
That's
my?
why
Yes,
that's why
that
I
one
asked
I
this
think
question.
remaining.
Okay, we'll cover
There
that.
are some.
No problem. I'll cover that. Tap mode or whatever the video we required means whatever topic left, we'll cover. Don't worry. I'll go with all syllabus. I'll ask with you all and then I'll cover that. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You know what you can do to go, because there are some video that I have covered, but it's not figured out in 21 batch. It's not there. So if we can double check all we covered, because if we go
No worry,
only,
Vanda. I will go with all line balance syllabus. Whatever pending, I will cover. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm here only. Okay.
No, I'm not saying about pending. I said there are some video that you already covered, but it's not inside there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That will upload. Might be it will take time. Okay. But
Okay.
because side-to-side VPN is covered yesterday, it is there. You can see here. This is the live troubleshooting we done for the user ID and testing. That is also there. These two class we have done yesterday, na? We done these two classes yesterday. This is there, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
SL decryption is there, right? Lab demo. And here you can see probably in lecture 16, Sachin, you're going to find that theory of this SL. Just go with the last section, 15 minute or 20 minute in last.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's meet tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Pankaj, one last question.
Let's ask tomorrow, okay? Well, I'll take your question tomorrow. I have to